Hey everyone, it's BlueLizardJello and welcome back to The Surge, a Walk in the Park DLC walkthrough. Last time we entered CREO World, we went and saw a lumberjack show, and we took a power core so we can use that to restore power. We also need to get the network back online, and then I believe our good friend the operator is going to have a little quest for us because it seems that maybe some of his search and rescue team are still out there missing, and we want to find out what happened to them. So before we head out there, let's take a quick look at the gear. I am swapping out the weapons. So for a heavy weapon, I'm using the portable Omni assembler that we picked up from the Big Buddy, and we're using the HUMI M248 Emerald single-rigged weapon that we got from some of those humans wearing the mech suits near the lumberjack show. As far as my armor, still using the Lynx gear. I do love the Lynx gear. For drone modules, I am going to be swapping between the concussive module and the S&R flare launcher. This is actually a point that I don't think I made when I did the base game walkthrough. You can store charges of your drone. So if you have enough energy, and we'll be seeing this a couple times today in this episode, if you have enough energy, you can store that charge in your drone to use it the next time you have an enemy, even if you don't have the energy saved up. What I didn't mention is that if you have the different drone modules favorited, you can cycle through and you can actually store a drone charge for each of them. So a single drone charge will only work for that drone type, but you can have one for each. In other words, I could store potentially 3 different drone module attacks in between combat, which is actually very, very useful. As far as implants go, I am running almost the exact same setup. I think the only difference is I swapped out one of my vital injections for a plasmic regenerator. After this episode, the next time you see us, we will be looking very different armor, different implants, because we have to come back after we've reached a certain point in the base game. But I think we touched on that the last time. All right. So let's start making our way back. We're going to have a mascot here to deal with. So the idea is that I'm using the heavy weapon for anything that is armored, and then for anything that's not armored, the emerald should be doing the job for me. And it shouldn't take much to dismember you. There we go. Oh, you know what? There was actually another change in my implants. This right here, I'm actually using a voltaic dynamo to get an extra 20% energy gain through attacking. This previously was the aggression amplifier, where I would get 10% HP back upon dismembering. I decided to go with extra energy gain just to try it out, and so far I'm pretty happy with the results. Now I should have a big buddy right up here. Let's get the stun. I am going to be talking about strategy with these guys quite a bit, because we're going to be fighting a number of them. But the easiest one to punish is when they do that long overhead attack that you just saw there. There we get the arm gear. We need to also focus on getting the rest of their armor. But that long, heavy overhead attack, you can loop behind, knock them to their knees, and get the free attacks. I already mentioned their power core. You know, one thing that I didn't mention is the Mantis armor set bonus. So the Mantis, the humanoid enemies, or the human enemies in the mech suits, if you get the entire Mantis armor and you craft it, when you wear it, you will get a 25% reduction in the energy cost of injectables. So pretty situational, but could be potentially useful. So right up here, we can hear that music. That is actually the parade. We do have to take the parade out today. In fact, that is one of them directly above me. This is a kill box. We don't want to hop down there. So instead, we are just going to loop around here. You can see we have a big buddy directly ahead of us. Let's go for the head this time, I think. There is that overhead slam. Easy to knock him to his knees. And just a couple of swings later. Ooh, he almost got a hit off. And there is our ogre head schematic. Mr. Donut right up here. We can focus on his unarmored parts. There's a couple of really good hits already. Let's generate a little bit more energy, I think. And there we go. And there's the cut. What I'm going to do is I'm going to store a drone charge of my concussive module. There we go. Now I am going to go up on the D-pad to switch to the incendiary flare. That way we can store another charge when we have enough energy. Up here in this little courtyard, you actually have a break in the railing and a little path through the rocks. This is actually going to get us to this item that we saw when we first entered CREO World. This is the Vital Boost XL V2. So this does increase your HP. It's a hardwired implant. It does cost 6 core power, and it gives you between 25 and 85 HP, which scales with core power. It's actually not as good as some of the mid-game base level injections. Okay, so we don't need any parts from this guy, so I think, there we go, perfect. Wait for him to charge up, and back up. Get a little energy going. He is dead, so now I can store that drone charge, perfect. Okay, so here is another S&R flare launcher. You can actually get several of these. So we've already gotten one, but there is another. Let's see. You're unarmored, and you are just going to charge up. Perfect time for some free energy. And what are you going to do for us? Oh, another charge. That was foolish of you, but it works in my favor. You know, there's actually something I forgot to do, but that's okay. We'll backtrack here in just a moment. We're going to head into the Skybound Adventure. Very, very short section. Doesn't really go anywhere. But I have some scrap over here in the corner. Okay, this big buddy will be coming alive here very shortly. Let's go ahead and unlock these doors. Oh, and actually there's an audio recording. Let's grab that before we continue.
Have y'all ever looked up at the sky and wondered, how does it work? How does CREO actually get billions of particles of our Project Resolve agent into the atmosphere every day? Well, it ain't magic. It's science. Continuous research performed by the best of the best, constantly at work in CREO's top secret labs, refining the Resolve formula. And 3 launch pads shooting rockets into the clouds every 10 minutes. How cool is that? Welcome to the CREO Skybound adventure. Minds will be blown.
This is a fun little tie-in to the base game. We know that Project Resolve was a huge plot point in the base game, and here's Don Hackett telling us that this little ride of theirs is going to be a bit of an educational one, teaching us more about Project Resolve. So you can see here, power grid status offline. All we need to do is insert an industrial power core.
Power in this area has been restored.
There's the big buddy come to life.
Hey, you did it! The power's been restored! Oh, good job. Okay, now just gotta get the network back online. See if you can find the main server in the Project Resolve Center.
Okay, so our operator telling us what we need to do next. So we'll bait that large attack. And let's see, we're actually going to go for, well, we're going for his leg right now. I was hoping to go for his chest piece, but that's okay. Knock him down. And let's see if we actually get the successful leg cut. And sure enough, there we go. There's the Ogre leg gear schematic. So from here, before I actually continue on, there's the parade. I am going to run back because there was one section that I needed to go to prep, because there's one room that unlocks with an actual overcharge station right down in here. So all we need to do is go straight up this way. Take out this one Ironbar Ivan. Oh wow, he is just really set on going for that long range attack. There we go, got him stunned. So it does require 25 core power. So if you're coming in at base level, you're not going to be able to do this just yet. And we can go ahead and not pay attention to that door behind us because we can't get through it just yet. But now we're going to head exactly back to where we just were. We are going to take care of this area to my left in a little bit, not just this second. We will be actually getting to a boss in this episode. There's only 2 in this DLC, and frankly, this one, I'll just say it, it's very underwhelming. It's not a very difficult boss. There's no 2.0 weapon with it, but we'll see and talk more about it when we get there. Over here, right by this corpse, I love this. We actually have a mascot with a weapon sticking out of him. This is a severed rotor blade. It's a one-handed weapon. The stats are pretty average, but what I really like is that it's actually the broken blade of the search and rescue helicopter, the one that went down containing the operator and his team, which we'll be meeting more of here in just a little bit. Okay, so ignoring the mascots right now, we're going to open up this door. This is the door that was previously locked until we used that overcharge station. And here we just have another Vital Boost XL V2. Same thing we just picked up recently. Alright, let's see how we want to do this, because once you attack one, they all do become aggroed. So I'm just going to back up here. Well, making me a liar. Tell you what, let's just use an Incendiary Flare. Get some good damage over time going. You can see he's actually still trying to attack because he thinks he's being attacked. So he's already dead. Perfect. Oh, watch those lasers. This is good. Get him out of the way of the others. But now we have to watch the lasers. Want him to come to me if we can. Lasers. Alright, so this is going to be 2 out of the 4 dead. Watch the lasers. Alright, what do you got for me? How about something other than lasers? There we go. Works for me. And that should get the cut. Perfect. So we can hear the music, so there's still one more left to kill. Question is, where is he? That's not him. I want to hunt him down just because that music will continue until we kill him. But where is he? There is sometimes a bug where they will fall through the floor. Although, is that him? No, this is just a standard one. So let's kill him really quickly. Now it took a little... Oh, no. Okay, that was some Acme Looney Tunes level nonsense. I was over the gap, but it actually gave me the opportunity to not fall in. I've never seen that before in this game. Okay, where is he hiding? It gets a lot louder over here. Although now I don't hear it. So maybe he's actually moved up. We will find him, but in the meantime, let's listen to this audio log. And, fun little Easter egg, go back here and hit X. You can actually stick your head through that and get a nice little screenshot.
Laura, where are you? Oh, God, no. Bobby! I don't know what happened, but Bobby was just shaking Carbon Cat's hand. He was so happy. The cat even signed his Carbon Cat action figure. He's still holding it. Oh God, it's covered with blood. Oh, that flash! I don't know what it was. And then Carbon Cat suddenly. Oh, Laura, where are you? Tell me this isn't happening. Where the hell did we go to Hawaii?
Here we have the Ablative Array version 2. So this is a hot swappable implant. It does take 6 core power to use on your rig, and it increases your defense when your energy is high. Now, there he is. Here's the final one. Perfect. So once we actually take him out, which won't be too difficult because he is now by himself. Wow. They are just stuck in a bit of a loop today. Getting all the blocks. This is going to be really good for setting up my next drone module storage. And once they are finally dead, the music stops, but also we get the Fiery Popcorn Pole. So the Fiery Popcorn Pole, this is a staff weapon. It is elemental, and the stats are okay. Nothing too great, but it is a collectible item, and you can only get it by killing that entire parade. And you also get an achievement for it, so definitely worth it. So this section is now clear. We can start hopping down. Now up here, this is Project Resolve Center. This is where we're going to turn the network back on. So before we go ahead and do that, though, let's go ahead and get a couple more items. So what we need to do is jump over that fence. Jumped a little bit too early. There we go. And then right down here, we have the Drone Power Circuit version 3. So the drone power circuit, we got these in the base game once they added the DLC. They did go actually put in some implants. It's a hot swappable implant. It does take CP level 4, or I'm sorry, core power 4 to use, and it increases your drone damage by 50%. Alright, we do have a big buddy here somewhere. There he is. We're going to go for the chest piece on this one. See if I can loop around. There we go. Oh, here's another one. I'm going to use one of my plasmic implants just to go ahead and get a little bit of health back. So even though this does terrible, terrible thrust damage, I will do the dash in and poke if I have to. Because unfortunately, right now, fighting both of these is going to prove very difficult. Not really liking this. You know what I could do, though? Back up, back up. I could actually use my drone module on the other one, just send him flying. Ooh. There we go. That works. Hopefully I get the cut. And I did. Perfect. So that is the complete ogre set. Now this guy is a little stuck. Let's draw him out. Let's see. Your head is not armored. Watch that. Knock him down. And get the cut. Perfect. So he is dead. Don't have to worry about them any longer. And there's not a lot of loot actually in this section, but there is an audio log right up here. So we'll give this a listen.
These new high-capacity power cores are great and all, but man, they can get pretty damn unstable when something hits them. Not that Barrett cares about that. Oh, no. We would have been able to convince the board not to put these cores in robots that spend all their time near families. It's an accident waiting to happen. We get it. Okay, Barrett, you're the...
That looks like the Project Resolve Center. Now, try to find the main server room.
But have you ever heard of teamwork? What an asshole!
So there we go. What I like about that audio log, it actually teaches you about these power cores. So these are the power cores that those big buddies are dropping, and we already learned in the last episode that they function just like a proximity mine. And that audio log actually teaches you that. Behind these doors, we get the Kinetic Converter version 3. This is that one that I was using. Actually, I think I still have it equipped. It's a hot swappable, takes CP4 to implant, and it generates energy anytime you block. Okay, so here in Project Resolve, we do have some big buddies, and we have the humans as well. This guy will often drop down. It doesn't seem like he wants to right now. So we'll go ahead and deal with this big buddy first. What do we got? Oh, your head is unprotected. That works for me. Especially if you're going to lead with that attack. And there's the cut. Building up a nice little modifier. And then over here, we have that item, but if you kind of just go really slowly, you can see we have an enemy. It looks like his head is unguarded. So there we go. We're just going to focus on that for now. And there's the cut. We can't actually go anywhere in this section because there's an exo lift that we're going to activate from the other side, but we can grab this Plasmic Array version 2. So it's a hardwired. It takes CP6. By the way, this is just a dead end just to show you. So it's CP6. It heals over time when your energy is high. So again, if you're running a high energy build...
Facility currently out of order. Please enjoy the rest of CREO World.
As I was saying, if you're running a high energy build, you have a lot of options as far as how you can actually supplement your HP, your stamina, even health over time, which is really kind of interesting. I will probably try to give that a go. Now, I want to draw this enemy's attack because there's another enemy right around the corner. Oh, but he is going to attempt to run away, so I'm going to bait some attacks. Oh, not necessarily that one unless I'm behind him. There we go. That works for me. So I said I was going to talk about strategy. We're going to see this more in a forced encounter here in a little while. Simply because... Ooh, not what I wanted. Because we are forced into a confrontation with several of those big buddies in a small room. We'll have to deal with them here in just a little while. There we are. Works for me. Take him out. Nothing in that corner. So we are going to be heading this way, but I do want to show you... Actually, we need to take care of this guy. We'll focus on this arm since it... Never mind, he just fell down. Over here, we do have a first aid station. So I'm not going to use it because I am almost full health. I have all my injectables currently, and it does reset your tech bonus, and I don't want that. Okay, a couple more human enemies here. Give me something. Get enough energy for the cut, and actually I'm going to store another drone module I'm going to see if I can get another one here as well. So another humanoid enemy, another big buddy who is not activated until we use that overcharge station directly behind him. And while I use that overcharge station to fight that big buddy, I will go ahead and listen to this next audio log.
I know y'all remember how it used to feel. Watching the news every night tell us the world was ending. Glaciers melting, oceans rising, the sky falling. I know you didn't love that. I didn't love that. But then, there was CREO. And what CREO gives to the world is hope. Your family, your friends should be proud of the work we do here, because CREO's new technologies are pushing the very boundaries of possibility, saving this planet, one idea at a time. We're CREO. We're building a better tomorrow, together.
Don Hackett, you're such an idealist, and I love listening to you. So up here on these girders, got some scrap here, and then directly over there, we do have another item. It can be a little bit tough to get to, but I will show you exactly how to get there. We also have that drone who's going to join us, but also over here, we cannot access this until we get the Bowtech power core. You get that later on in the base game, so we are going to have to loop back here once we have it. Let's just jump back up here carefully. Over there, that's going to be progression. That's actually the room where we're going to have that forced encounter with the big buddies. We could not activate that panel until we did that overcharge directly below it. So over here, this is when the drone's going to join us. And deal with him. Notice how I had to line myself up. If I was facing this way and I did a block, if I didn't attack, it was going to carry me too far forward. So you can do a very, very long running jump. I have more success when I actually drop down to this part of the girder, and then I start right from here. So we're going to sprint and jump at the last second. I practiced this many times to make sure I did it on the first try when I was actually recording, but such is life. Let's try that one more time. Who am I kidding? We're going to try it until I get it. I'm not just going to simply give up. So once again, we're going to drop down, and there it is. And over here, we get the Kineto-Plasmic Shunt version 3. So this is a hardwired implant, and it does take CP4 in order to use, but it heals after 5 quick hits. So for really quick weapons, it can be pretty effective because you'll get healed after 5 rapid hits, but you have to land 5 hits in a row. Okay, this next room, we're going to talk about it before we actually activate it. So in here, once we use that panel, the network is going to start to be restored, but we're going to have a force field here and there, and there's going to be a shutter right here, so we will be stuck in here. We're going to have to fight multiple big buddies, in fact I believe 5 of them, and there's going to be a few drones. Over here, there's going to be one exolift that goes down to the park maintenance, and there's going to be one that goes down to the bottom floor, which is what we saw earlier. We don't need to go back down to the bottom floor because we've already gotten all the loot down there, so we will be taking the one to the park maintenance. Oh, and I totally forgot to use my incendiary charge. That's okay. We can use concussive.
Well done. You started the rebooting process. Apparently during the procedure, the room triggers a temporary lockdown. But at least you should be safe in there, right?
And here he comes. Let's see. Oh, not armored this time around. There are a couple of drones behind us, so I'm going to try and kill him nice and quickly. I might take a little bit of damage, but I do have those iframes I can work with. Okay, there's some. I'm just going to go ahead and use my little healing over time implant. And where is the second? Interesting. I don't see him. This is a problem because the next wave is actually waiting on this drone. There you are. Were you just sneaking up behind me the whole time? There we go. Now the nice thing is I do have this power core. I wish I could actually reposition it, but
seems like the signal attracts those robots. You can handle this, right? The booting process has started. We're getting closer.
so I am going to activate that. Hopefully get this one to go into it. Oop. never mind. I'm gonna have to just... No. Oh, we did actually get this guy a little bit. That's fine. Tell you what, why don't we... get that one knocked down. And nope, that didn't do a great job. Alright, so now that they're not separated, this becomes a little bit more dangerous. This might be a game of dash in, dash out. We can do this, though. It's going to be a little bit easier when they do the horizontal slashes, because if I need to, I can actually dodge those and get a quick stun. That also works because I can get both of them. Not too concerned about getting cuts here. Oh, careful with that one. He should be almost ready to be cut. There we go. Oh, careful. There we go. Now the nice thing is the next one is actually going to be even easier. Oh, he actually dropped a power core. Whoa. I'm not really sure what just happened there. That was peculiar. Thought the other one was dead, but I guess not. That power core is just right in there. I wonder if the enemy hit it. I'll have to try and review that. Knock him down. Alright, this should be the end of him. Oh, wow, that was very quick.
Are you okay? This system is
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to arm this one back up.
Hey, I've got good news and bad news. Bad news is that the lockdown is still active. The good news, however, I just hacked into a projector drone that might be able to help you. It'll project a hologram of you so those dumb robots won't be able to tell who's the real thing. I hope.
And they just love that iron mouse, but we did set up that power core right in the middle of the room. So if we can just... Oh, careful, careful, careful. We want to take care of this drone so he's not just taking pot shots at us. And I'm going to drop a flare right on them. That should do some good damage over time, especially if I can keep them stuck in there. Okay. Get rid of that drone. Now we just have these other two big buddies to deal with, and this is going to be the last of the waves. Oh, careful. Oh, I jumped up a little bit too early there. Okay, there's the cut on one, so the other one should be nice and quick to follow. And there we go.
Finally got full access to the network again. Now we're talking. That's it. We are fully operational. Come on back to ops now, okay? There's one more thing I need you to do.
Alright, so right over there, that's going to bring us down to the first floor, which we don't need to go to. Like I said, this one's going to bring us down to park maintenance, so we have kind of a shortcut back to operations from here. Really handy shortcut, actually. These park maintenance tunnels are pretty common at amusement parks. CREO World apparently is no different. Make sure my lights are active. We will be heading into these tunnels one other time as we head towards the boss. So we just have an Ancillary Core XL over here. This is just an implant that you use to increase your core power. You can hot swap this at any time. It increases your core power by 9. I'm going to grab this audio log, and as we listen to it, you are going to see, as we open a door, exactly where we head out. It's going to be near the beginning.
Hey, sorry to bother y'all, but I gotta report a malfunction with the carbon cat synthetic. Now, I don't know if you guys are jacking up his aggression levels or something, but he seems out of whack. I mean, he threatened a little kid today. Like he was gonna punch his teeth in. That's not normal, right?
And here we are back in Ironmouse Plaza. Here is the operation station, and as we go in and tell the operator about the power in the network, he is going to give us the next steps, which it is now time for a boss.
Hey, welcome back, my friend. Well done out there. All systems are up and running. But we're not done. I need you to search the chopper crash site for any sign of Chief Helvig and my team. Also, keep an eye out for the black box. The data on there might give us a clue to, What the hell happened out here?
That can't be all.
Here's the thing. When the chopper went down, it crashed pretty hard. You can see where it crashed. Up there, across the sinkhole. I didn't think it was reachable, but now with the systems restored, maybe... The rusty spring tower! I can control it from here. I'll lower the platform and you can ride it back up to the crash site.
You think these park mascots got scrambled too?
Yeah, guess that energy spike fried their processors. Messed with their protocols.
Could you explain what to do again?
I need you to search the chopper crash site.
And at this point, we've already heard
Good luck
everything
out
there
there.
is to hear. So we've already seen where this tower is. Now, I am not going to bother fighting any of the mascots or any of the enemies for that matter. I didn't even rest to get my injectables back. I think we should be just fine. Like I said, unfortunately, Chief Helvig, and spoiler alert, that is the boss, he's not
Hey, it's
very
Mario.
challenging.
I'm moving the spring tower platform to your position. You should be able to use it to reach the chopper. Hopefully you'll find my chief, Helvig. He's kind of an asshole, but he's my boss, you know? And I'm worried about him. Also, remember to keep your eyes open for the black box. We need that data.
So from here, going up will bring us to the boss, going down will give us a little side section, and not really a shortcut, but a more direct path back to operations if we need it. So we'll grab this scrap, and then we'll listen to this audio log as we go through.
God. Somebody, please respond. This is Milo Durbin. I just saw popcorn. Where is everybody? Something happened. There was a flash. It came from everywhere, and then everything went wrong. People are falling dead. People going crazy. Two guys just beat each other to death in front of me. The mascots are malfunctioning. They're chasing the podcast, and oh shit! There's a helicopter falling out of the sky. Watch out!
Things are not looking good here in CREO World. So coming down here, if you're following along, we did just get yet another S&R flare launcher. Not needed, but just in case you happen to miss the other two. And another audio log, and then we will take this and you'll see exactly where this spits us out at.
Yeah, keep riding your roller coasters like this whole park isn't sinking under your feet. Everything they tell you, it's all lies! You people have no idea how little it would take to bring down the megastructure. One little failure of that oh-so-secret containment unit, and all of this is going bye-bye. And you sheep pay to come here?
So here we are at the fire starter again. So this is one of those doors that only opens from the other side. I'm just going to deal with this chocolate bar, so he's not going to cause us any more difficulties. And then we're going to head back down, open up one more door. Oh, there we go, got him. And we'll head back down. Not going to use a converter just yet. I'll probably use that as we approach the boss. So, now we just want to do a little bit of backtracking. So like I said, it's not going to be a shortcut, but it is a more direct route back to operations so we can avoid all the mascots if we want to. So there is operations. This is that metal shutter. And now we could go ahead and rest, and I probably should, and that is what I would recommend if you were asking me, but I apparently like to live dangerously. I mean, I am a guy running around in an abandoned amusement park where all the mascots are trying to kill me. It's kind of like Jurassic Park, but with... That was... Okay, that's just the terminal. Odd. Okay. Caught my attention. I was going to say it's like Jurassic Park, but, you know, with killer mascots. So here we have the Endurance Enhancer XLV2 hardwired implant. It does increase your stamina between 15 and 40. It scales with your core power. It does take core power of 3, by the way. Up here at the top, no items to get. And as we approach the Western Plateau, we get our glimpse of Chief Helvig. Now, this boss, you can block, you can dodge, you can bait that attack, which is one of the best. You can stun him if you use one of your little jumping or ducking attacks, but these are all the moves he has. The only thing you really need to be careful of is if you fall into the water or the liquid that's down there, he will set it on fire just like he has there. But one of the easiest ways... Oh, okay, that didn't work out. But if you just bait this jump attack and then block it, you can get a free attack, and if you're using the build that I'm using, you can just get some free energy. You can see I already have one of his health bars gone. And you know what we could do is start to use some of our drones, because we have the energy to spare. We want to go for the cut. He's using a staff, so it doesn't matter which arm we cut as long as we cut it. Oh, thought he was going to fall down there. Going to use my drone yet again. Nice hit, drone. I wonder if he's down there if I actually use my incendiary drone. If that would do a good job. I bet it would. What do you got for me? You want to jump again? Careful. I'm going to use my implant here again. He's going to knock him right to me. That works out perfectly. Back up. A couple more hits, we're actually going to get the cut. And that's all this boss is. And there it is. Squad Chief Helvig, dead.
Hey, it's Largo. What happened up there? There was some interference. I'm just getting a visual back now. Oh my god, that looks like the Chief. I'm so sorry. His implant must have fried like the rest. But at least you found the black box. Thank God. You gotta bring it back to Ops right away. Maybe we can find out what the hell happened to this place.
So that was Squad Chief Helvig, the first of 2 bosses here in the DLC. That is significantly easier than the boss that we will be running into. We also got a piece of the Eagle armor set. We'll be talking more about that set as we get more pieces, but we did get his weapon, the S&R or Search and Rescue Kingfisher. It is a staff. It does pure physical damage. There's no elemental damage on it, and it does have some good proficiency scaling. It is high proficiency scaling, so if you're doing a staff build, the Kingfisher is actually a pretty fun little weapon. I'm sure we'll be using it at some point. So we're going to go in here and talk to Operator, and then we're going to have to go back to the base game and complete a good portion of that before we can continue
The search and rescue team is
with the
currently
DLC.
hiring. Apply now.
I can't believe what happened to my squad chief. I can't believe it. I guess there was no way to save him, huh? He was such a... I mean, not exactly a friend. I knew him a long time, is all. But I guess we just have to keep moving forward. The rest of the team could still be out there. And at least you got the black box, right?
Here's the black box. Let's hope this gives us some answers.
Amazing, it's still intact after that crash. I should be able to gain some useful data from this. Let me run a quick scan and check for useful sectors.
That black box must be able to tell you why you crashed, right?
Okay, here we go. Alright, this confirms there was an energy cascade through the network right before the controls on the chopper went out. And I can't tell yet what caused it. Yeah, it definitely looks like this cascade overloaded all the CreoNet implants. The levels are way off the charts. Oh my god. It must have fried people's brains right in their skulls. No wonder half the people out there are dead and the rest are blank-eyed maniacs.
Yeah, we know a little bit about this surge that caused everyone to go crazy.
There's got to be someone out there with some insider info.
Wait, I might know of someone who used to be a high-ranking scientist who could know about secret projects. Dr. Chavez from Project Resolve. She went rogue and has been off the grid for a while, working on some sort of private project. Oh, hey, I'm seeing an automated distress beacon in the Resolve biolabs. If we're lucky, it's Chavez. I'll try sending her a message saying that you're a man of integrity. Let me draw you a quick map to the biolabs. When I've cracked this data, I'll get in touch through your drone. Good luck out there.
So until we locate Dr. Chavez, we are not going to be able to continue with the DLC. That is, again, like I said in the last episode, if you're a New Game Plus or higher, you can just continue from here. By the way, I should mention, we also got the Vital Omni Audit implant once we killed Chief Officer Helvig. It's a hardwired implant. It increases your HP between 20 and 70. It scales with your core power, but it's an Omni Audit, so it also gives you the stability and the HP of enemies. Pretty useful and only takes core power of 5. We will certainly be using that because it combines the best of both worlds. A little bit of health and a lot of bit of information on the enemy. But that is going to do it for this episode of The Surge's A Walk in the Park walkthrough. I hope you learned something, and if you did, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you learned. If I missed something, like this audio log that's hiding in the corner that I'll be listening to here in just a moment, leave that in the comments below so we can all keep learning. But I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Enjoy this audio log.
Hey Mom, it's me, Largo. Listen, I can't make it home for Christmas, and I know that's gonna be a bummer for Grandpa, but I've got a really good work reason. It's not exactly a promotion. In fact, I quit. I'm not doing IT for CreoNet anymore. I know, 10 years and could have been a senior technician, but so what, really? I joined the search and rescue team, Mom. I wasted so much of my life in front of a screen, and finally, I'll be helping people.